Hey everybody, welcome to the season finale. I almost said series.
No,
That
not
would
the
have been
series.
that would have been a joke if I did. Of the Morphin Grid. Those are fireworks.
Okay. I was like,
This is
are we being
episode
bombed?
60. It's our season finale.
Yeah, I'm Jake.
I'm Josh.
And yeah, it aired May 23rd, which is 4 days after the last one, which was 7 days after the one before that. So I don't know how this is a weird build up to a finale.
You said it was the 20. This one was the 23rd, right?
Yeah, last one was the 19th.
I thought the last one was the 16th.
Then this is the 23rd, and it's been a lot longer than
And
I thought.
that's another week.
Yeah, that's weird. You're doing weird stuff, 1994.
Yep.
Either way, though, you guys hype? You better be hype. The episode in question is an oyster stew.
I think last episode you had us put something in our pocket. I don't know if you want to take that out now.
Yeah, let's just take it out right now. So I had you put in your pocket the fact that Rita said, no more seafood monsters. And then immediately makes another seafood monster.
We have established
That Rita's stupid.
that Rita's stupid.
An oyster stew is I feel like it's a play on words that doesn't make any sense anymore.
I don't. Is it? It's not a play on words. It's just a thing that happens to also be the monster of this episode.
He's not a stew monster.
They were like, "What are oysters?" Oh, they're in stew. Perfect.
I don't think anybody's ever had an oyster stew before.
Maybe chowder, oyster chowder.
Oyster chowder. It's not called an oyster chowder. Anyway, if you're new here, guys, you got 60 episodes to go back and watch.
60 episodes of Jake asking you if you're new here.
By watch, I mean listen to. And no, I didn't start doing this until like episode 5 or 6. And I've done it ever since because it's funny to me.
It's only funny to you because I hate it so much.
That's definitely part of it. But if you are new here, welcome to the podcast, guys. Thanks for stopping by. What we do is we pause the recording, we go watch an episode of Power Rangers, then we come back and we talk about it, and you lovely people get to listen to it. Doesn't that sound fun? Sound like a bunch of fun?
Yeah.
Woo! Those two people were having fun.
Yeah.
They could
You're
be
going to have
anyone.
fun too.
All right, so we're going to go watch the episode now. You can watch along with us if you have Netflix or the DVDs. I'm sure there's other ways. You guys get it. But regardless, it's Morphin time!
Ay, 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 ay.
And we're back! We just watched an oyster stew. Okay, that's not a season finale. That episode. Well,
It's better than I remember, though.
it was better than I remember, but there was no cliffhanger.
It's just an
it was
episode
just
of
a
Power
regular
Rangers.
episode of Power
Just like
Rangers.
we said it was.
Yep. So, before we jump into the episode, morphingrid.tumblr.com is our website. You can go there. You can look at it. I'm not sure if it'll be updated. It might-
Hopefully by the time season 2 kicks off.
by the time this airs, it will be. Definitely by the time season 2 kicks off, it will be. Because you are on vacation right now. As they are listening to this,
Yes.
you are on vacation. And so I will have had nothing to do for the better part of a week. Because other Josh is here. So I will have someone to hang out with. And I guess Tony. But whatever. I just live with him.
There he is.
Go inside your room, Tony.
Yeah, whatever, Tony. Go inside.
So it should be updated by the time this airs. Again, should be. Will it be? Stay tuned. If you want to email us, you can do that at littleidiots.morphingrid@gmail.com. We're on Twitter at morphingrid. We're on Facebook at facebook.com/themorphingrid. And we're on iTunes. If you want to leave us a rating and review, that would be wonderful of you. You got anything to talk about before we start the episode?
Nope.
Okay. So we start off with Tommy lifting some weights. Just get a little swole, you know.
A little swole.
Little baby bit swole. Like he has 15 pounds on one side.
10 on the other.
He's super lean. This is lean muscle that he has.
Reps overweight.
Yeah, so he doesn't need to get jacked. Bulk and Skull are practicing a song that they are also making up as they go.
Yes.
That is also the top 5 worst songs I've ever heard in my life. It's better than Institutionalized by Suicidal Tendencies. It's worse than Rebecca Black's Friday.
Yes.
It's also worse than Jenna Rose's My Jeans, but better than that Chinese food song.
Heard the Chinese food one. I don't know if I've heard My Jeans.
You've never heard My Jeans? Oh boy, after this episode, we are watching My Jeans.
The Chinese food one is just rapper guy in a panda suit being super creepy.
Super racist. Yes,
right?
creepy and racist. Kimberly walks up behind them. So what was Kimberly wearing part 1? She's wearing a pink dress with like a belt that makes it look like a shirt and skirt combo, but it's not. It's a dress. And then she's got her leather boots on. And I don't think anything else of note. This is
I don't remember.
This is part 1 of 3. All of them are pretty themed. This is not a varied episode. It's not like Crystal Nightmares where she had 6 outfits that were all completely different. There's just the 3, and they're all pretty much the same. So Angela is also working out. She's doing some.
She's doing the splits.
She's doing the splits. Later, she does the jazzercise.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's apparently it's her birthday, and Zach wants to do something special for her.
Is today her birthday?
Soon.
No, it's coming up soon.
Soon is her birthday. Yeah, you're right. Her birthday is coming up. Zach wants to do something special. She's like, I know. I'll get her pearl earrings. And Tommy and Kim are like, hey, maybe like start small.
Remember how you don't have a job?
Like a singing telegram because you're 16 years old. Pearl earrings are kind of expensive. And he goes, yeah, get her singing telegram. And then I'll give her the pearl earrings.
At a fancy dinner.
At a fancy dinner. Well, he doesn't know that the dinner's going to be very fancy.
He does say at the restaurant.
The restaurant. He hasn't picked one out, but he will in a couple seconds.
You don't have a lot of experience with single me, I don't think.
As long as I knew you.
Yeah, this is me.
This is you?
This is me.
Well. I have more to say, but it's kind of a spoiler for a very funny joke I have, so I'm gonna hold on to it.
Okay.
He's like, if she says yes, do you guys want to do a double date? And Kim and Tommy are both like, yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah.
This is the first time it's ever explicitly mentioned that they are for sure dating.
They've been dating because there's not that awkward, like, oh, we're not.
Do we do
They
a
don't
date?
look at each other weird.
No.
They're just like, oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And they haven't been dating so long that, like, one of them is like, what do you think?
Right.
They're just both like, yeah, we're going to do a double date. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we jump up to the moon, and Rita's like, we need to get the andesite pearl and oysterizer, and we'll make evil pearls to ruin Zach's date. She's gone really small scale for this one.
Did they mention the pearls of stillness yet?
I don't think they mentioned them yet. They might mention them, but they definitely mention them the next time we jump up to the moon.
Okay. I take that back.
Okay.
Unspoilered.
They've already forgotten.
Yep.
Then we jump back down where it's the next day, I think, because we're in school now, and Zach's wearing something different, I think. I wasn't paying super attention. Angela's definitely not wearing her workout clothes.
Well, Zach was in workout clothes before. Now he has, I think, just a black
He's got the orange pants
shirt
on.
and his bright orange
So
pants.
He's got Nickelodeon orange pants on. He's like, hey, I heard you have a birthday coming up in the near future. Do you want to go to a restaurant about that?
Do you eat?
Do you eat? Yeah.
Food?
Dinner?
Tonight?
So he's like, yeah, I'll take you to a French cafe. And she's like, French cafe? I'm impressed. And then she's like, yeah, okay. He's like, Tommy Kim will come. It'll be fun. It'll be a fun time. And she's like, all right, yeah. So she's forgotten the popcorn episode, the movie episode, where he was gone too long because it was popcorn alarm, if you'll recall that.
I do remember that.
And he's like, yes. And so she's walking away. And this is when I said, he has to go look up a French cafe in the phone book now.
He's got to go to the Yellow Pages.
Look up cafes. Look up restaurants.
Right.
And find one with a French name. and then call them to see if they're actually a French restaurant. Because he can't just Google it on his phone.
No.
So if this is you single, at least you can just Google it real quick.
Yeah.
You don't have to go through a lot of legwork to get
I mean, I'm not going to go to a French restaurant because I don't like French food.
Have you ever had French food?
Yes. Yeah, like World Day in high school.
Right.
Our French teacher brought in like a
That's
platter.
That's your French teacher. That's not
But
French
it was like
food.
your escargot and your frog legs and whatever else French people, baguettes.
Baguettes. Some lettuce, I guess. I don't know. The only thing I know French people make often
Oh,
is pastries.
anchovies. They love their pizza with more anchovies than sauce.
Barf.
That's gross.
I love seafood. I hate anchovies. It's like eating bad smelling salt. It's like eating salt that went bad. So we cut back up to Rita, and she has a giant pearl in her hand. I guess this is the andesite pearl. No, because
that's in the ocean.
that's in the ocean. Then
What is even the point of that? Is that spoilers for later? Is that just a thing for them to blow
that's
up?
just a thing. That's what's destroying the ocean. Giant shrug.
Big season finale. They saved the ocean.
They saved the ocean and therefore the world, which they will beat over the head in a couple minutes. I think this is when they mention the pearls of stillness,
I think you're right.
because then we cut down to Zach coming out of a jewelry store going, man, pearls are expensive, because he's a teenager and can't afford anything. Get some costume jewelry. She's also a teenager. She can't tell. Instead,
No, unless it's like plastic mold and has that seam in the middle
right,
of
yeah,
it.
just get like okay quality costume jewelry. You'll be fine. So he's like, oh, I guess I'm not getting those earrings. So he's walking home through the park, and there's like this hobo on a bench on like a picnic table. And
Dude is definitely a hobo.
and he's like, hey, young man, come over here. And Zach's like, can I help you with anything, sir?
that part is not me.
And he's like, no, but maybe I can help you. And he like cartoonishly opens his coat to reveal a bunch of jewelry that he boosted off other hobos. And he's like, anything you're looking for in particular? Like these pearl earrings? In a few minutes, Jason will divine from the aether that these pearls are evil.
Yes.
So Zach does not have the guessing power that Jason and Kimberly have.
Nope.
I guess. Because he goes, oh man, yeah. And then
Well, he stops for a second. He's like,
you didn't steal them, right?
right. They're not evil, are they?
And he's like, no, I'm just a friendly hobo down from Moonshine Holler.
They're my dead wife's
Yes.
pearl earrings.
I gave them to my wife and she fell in love with me. And this is also what killed her. So he's like, yeah, I'll take them. That's great. I could use a love charm or whatever he says. And then
I think that was it.
And then he hands him like a wad of $1 bills. It's like maybe $6. He goes, is this going to cover it? And the hobo's like, yes. This should have been a red flag. This should have been like, number one, these are stolen because he'll take anything for them. Or number two, this is Rita's plot because I was just talking about pearl earrings. And the only person who knows besides me is definitely Rita.
Right. Zordon probably doesn't even know.
Not yet. He will in a second because he has like a backlog of things they should have taken care of. So the hobo turns into a putty and like clicks his heels away because now this putty's got $6, man. This putty's gonna go buy.
So, we have talked about putties a lot.
Right.
And we have determined that they're on a timer.
Some are not.
This one is not.
No. So when they have tasks, they have to be made better. If
Okay.
she wants 40 of them to
So
go
this
attack
is
the
a
Power Rangers,
hand-sculpted putty
Yes.
and not a mold-blown.
Yeah, this one, the one that was that old lady who gave them the pig, Norman.
Power Rangers is weird.
The all of the putties who were clowns in that episode, in the pineapple episode.
They
Pineapple the
disappeared,
Clown.
though.
They disappeared later, but they were at the fair for like 2 days.
Right. Okay.
Before they were like, we're all putties. And then Pineapple was like, let me steal your cousin. Make her my child bride. Or maybe a cardboard cutout. Whatever. And the other two putties that are made from better stuff are the best putties who are just walking through the desert. slowly melting.
Yeah.
Those were accidentally good putties that he threw in.
Right. They got a real good press in the mold.
Yeah, yeah. So they were made better. Before we go any farther, Gary Bingaman tweeted us a picture on Twitter of a ad of the Thunderzords.
Recently?
Yeah, recently. And it's just like from a magazine, like straight up from a magazine ad. And it's like,
Oh, maybe I have seen that. Okay.
they're all like pretty cheap. But it's also weird because like the Red Dragon is like $19, and then the other 4 are like $24.
Why is the Red Dragon the cheapest?
Because it's by himself. You have to. It's the most
and the
expensive.
other 4 come
yeah.
together. Okay, I thought you meant the other 4 were 24 each.
No. And then like
That
the
didn't make any sense to me.
Tor, the Turtle Zord was like $34. Is that cheap? That seems real cheap. I don't think Megazords nowadays are under 50.
For Tor, you have Tor, right?
Yeah,
And he's huge.
he's gigantic.
For $35, that's cheap.
Yeah.
That's a $50 toy now.
Yeah. So I mean, I also, Gary, if you're listening, which I'm gonna assume you are, I had every single one of those.
I didn't.
All I had
I
was
was
Power Ranger
severely
toys.
lacking in
I
Power Ranger
literally had
toys.
nothing but Power Ranger
What
toys.
I didn't have in Power Ranger toys, I had Ninja Turtle toys instead.
I had like maybe 4. I have one of each Ninja Turtle, and they only could fight my Power Ranger monsters.
I had multiple, like all the different ones, like skateboard outfit, Mikey. I had all those. I had a Technodrome
yeah.
and Shredder and Foot Soldiers, and Casey Jones is obviously the most loved because all his paint's coming up.
He's just flesh colored now.
He's also my favorite thing, basically. So-
Essentially, yes. So we cut to the fancy restaurant. I don't know if it had a name.
I only remember that the menu is all in
All
French.
in French. So this is like this is also an outside cafe.
I did see this.
Okay.
Okay. I was sorry, I was distracted because
Sorry.
I don't think I saw that. I did.
Yeah. So it's an outside cafe. They have singing telegrams on demand, as we'll find out in a second. And
I don't know if that's a service of the cafe.
well, no, because before I didn't mention this when I did Kimberly's outfit.
But because if Zach clued the waiter in and it was like, at this time, I got a singing telegram coming in.
oh, maybe
Because it's like a French thing, so like, they're like, that's romantic. That's that wasn't French what I did.
nuggets. And so, it's all in French. He can't read. Okay, this is gonna spoil things in a second because we didn't talk about it in an appropriate time. Actually, no, I'll just leave it. We'll talk about it in a second. All in French, but Zach is so confident. He's like, "Don't worry, guys, I got this." Because he wants to look cool for Angela, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So he's like, "Garcon," which is not how you say garçon, which means boy, which seems like it would be like a little degrading. Boy, come here. Imagine if they said that instead of garçon.
We had a customer at Walmart that did that.
Really?
Yeah.
I would have been like, lady, leave. Or
She'd be
guy,
like-
leave.
She would be like, she did it to me once. She was like, boy. And I was like, what?
What?
Why are you talking to me like that?
I don't know you. You don't know my life. You start throwing things at her.
We just watched the last episode of Last Week Tonight with John Oliver last night. And they were talking about civil forfeiture law and how the police can just take anything as long as they say that they think it might be part of a crime.
Sure.
And then he was like, but they know how to talk to people in all the different languages. And it cuts to this clip of this officer asking a Hispanic guy, and I quote, let me sure I get this right, Tenny, mucho, mucho dinero, in su trucky trailer. That was how that cop spoke Spanish.
Well,
that reminded me, Zach saying
Garcon, yes.
reminded me of that.
So the garçon is immediately not thrilled about this punk kid coming in trying to be all fancy because he gets this all day, right?
Yeah.
So he's like, "We."
Yeah, he's definitely snobby, and I don't know if it's because he was annoyed with Zach or if it's because he was French and
French.
Power Rangers is a cartoon from the 90s.
I think it's a little column A, a little column B.
Right.
So then we jump over to Billy, Trini, and Jason just walking through the park, and they are randomly attacked by putties.
Jason yells, Claude Squad.
Claude Squad.
Were they even talking before that?
Yeah.
I only remember him. They cuts to them, and then he's just like, Claude Squad.
They stopped for a second. That's when we cut to them. We didn't hear the whole deep conversation about tariff laws and free trade. Instead, they just jumped right to Claude Squad, making Jason look like an idiot. So they fight because it was getting a little mushy.
It was getting a little mushy and a little drawn out.
Yes.
So
Also,
they were like, we got to break it up with some action.
right. Also, before we do that, what was Kimberly wearing part 2? Maybe the same dress, but without a belt and like a straw hat. Not like a cartoon hillbilly straw hat, but like a
fancy going on a date straw hat.
Yeah, like something Blossom would wear. It's a cute hat.
It's a cute hat.
Yeah, Kimberly's working it. Again, might be the same dress. It's hard to tell. Especially because it's a standard definition thing on a high-def TV, so like the patterns that it might have are just lost. So they fight. Jason does like a dozen spin kicks because he's trying to usurp Tommy as spin kick man. Billy does a lot of flips.
On picnic tables.
On picnic tables. Trini doesn't do a whole lot.
She does an arm flip.
She does like,
and then
one of
it
those,
cuts
like,
away.
twists. Yeah. Come on, guys. It's a season finale. I want to see Trini murking fools. I want to see her kicking putties into dust. To literal dust. But we don't get that.
No.
Whatever. I'll get over it. We'll always have her kicking that putty into a tree so hard that he dies. He doesn't disappear. He just lays down dead for a while.
Yep.
We cut back to the restaurant, and Zach ordered, but he ordered like terrible things. Like he ordered frog legs for himself, and I do not remember what he ordered Angela.
I don't even know if it shows us.
I'm guessing an oyster stew, because he says like, "Oh, how's your food?" Or how is your? Maybe he says oyster stew. I don't remember. This is the only point that would make any sense.
Yes. Is oyster stew French?
Is oyster stew even a thing?
Do the French stew anything?
I don't think so. Maybe he said an oyster soup.
Maybe.
Which is why I think an oyster stew is some play on words that I just don't get. That's just going right over my head.
Well, then it's for both of us, because I don't know either.
I don't know, but he got frog legs and doesn't like them, which is bull honky. Frog legs are delicious. They literally just taste like chicken.
Yeah, but like, just eat chicken then, because there's more meat there.
But he's in a French restaurant.
Why would you spend the money on less stuff?
He didn't know he was.
Well, that I understand.
And also,
but frog legs,
if you can get them, are a lot cheaper.
That's because there's a lot less.
But you get like a lot more for a lot less. Depends on the deals. I don't know. Look, I've had frogs. Like I like
frogs too much to eat their legs. That's what my problem is.
That's fine. That's fine. You don't need to attack the monetary value of them. Just say you like frogs.
They're not right.
They ain't right. Then oh god, this is the weird part. Then we cut back. Zordon back to Jason and Trini and Billy. Zordon's like, Rangers, Rita has an oysterizer. She wants to use the pearls of stillness to freeze everybody forever, or something. And Jason's like, it's those earrings that Zach bought that he showed us. He
just says, didn't Zach buy pearl earrings?
But he says, didn't Zach buy pearl earrings? And he goes, those are from Rita.
Well, yeah, because they're really good at being right when they guess.
Jason is anyway.
Well, we've established this as part of the mythos of Power Rangers, and is that they always think when it's the right thing. Yeah, if it's just an earthquake, they know it's just an earthquake. It's just an earthquake.
But if it's Rita's up to something.
Yeah.
Shaking the earth like the earthquakes do in Southern California. We cut back to the restaurant. Bulk and Skull are singing. The singing telegram that he ordered comes in. And it's Bulk and Skull, and they come in dressed as like angels, kind of.
Cupids.
Which are cherubs. Which are angels. Boom.
So we're both right.
So they come up. Bulk has a harp. Skull has his guitar still.
But it's like red. Was it red?
It was red before.
It was red before? Okay.
And they come in, and he starts playing the same song, which let me see if I can remember it. She's as fine as a porcupine, and her eyes are brown like mud. she's the queen, but she's so mean. Why she got to treat me like a
bee.
And then the first one is Bean. Maybe B. B would actually make kind of
She's a
sense.
Queen, right?
That would. So I think they said
just,
Bean.
Yeah, you're probably right.
And then the second time they say something different. And it rhymes, but it still doesn't make any sense. And because they had an audition earlier that we forgot to mention.
Apparently, it was at a singing telegram company,
or at a French restaurant,
or at the French restaurant to be their singing telegram
they're
people.
In-house singing telegram people. We offer a service of singing telegrams.
And they got the job.
There must have been no other applicants if they got the job. So everything's going to heck. Is actually she's like, really, Zach? This food, and then these two guys. And he's like, just open this. Just please open it. And he hands her a little present, and she goes, "Is it gonna blow up? Can of worms gonna pop out of it?" And he's like, "Just open it, okay?" And she opens it, and it's the pearl earrings, and immediately. She's like, Zach, oh my God. Oh my God, Zach, you got me pearl earrings. Oh my God. So the moral of the story at this point is if she doesn't like you, buy her stuff.
So far.
And it will change her tune. Let's see if that holds for the whole thing. Of course, everything goes to heck immediately afterwards because the waiter's coming by with a cake for somebody. Skull hits him with a guitar.
They're a little away from the table because like their job is done.
Right, they took like 2 steps backwards.
But they're just rocking out.
Yeah.
Like their job is done, so they should have left, but instead they were like, I want to keep playing music.
Yeah.
I like that. I appreciate that.
Yeah, and so Zach, Skull hits him with the guitar. He face plants onto the table, gets some stuff on Tommy and Zach's pants, and then the girls are fine. Bulk and Skull fall back through another table and end up with frog legs, like 11 frog legs stuffed in Bulk's mouth. And Skull takes one out, and I think he might have taken a bite out of it.
I think he did.
They are really good friends.
Yeah, I wouldn't eat food out of your mouth, man.
I would not want you
Sorry.
to. That's gross.
It's very gross.
But
maybe if we were filming something and it was in the script, or it wasn't in the script and I just thought it would be funny.
Maybe
I would.
Yeah, all right, I could.
But in a real life, regular everyday
take any food from
situation,
your mouth
I'm not
and then
doing
eat
that.
No. Zach and Tommy are like, we need to go get cleaned up. We'll be right back. So they leave. Angela is all moony over these earrings. And she's like, she puts them in as Jason, Trini, and Billy show up. And they're like, no, don't. And then she puts a second one in.
The Pearls of Stillness, this magical space question mark item.
Spurls?
Spurls? Are activated by putting them in your ears.
Correct. Because they're earrings, so you have to use them the way.
Well, I mean, but they're Pearls of Stillness. Maybe they're just put into earrings. So, like, if they weren't
they're
earrings...
not the pearl earrings of stillness.
Yeah.
The pearls.
How would they be activated?
Well,
or maybe Rita off-screen cast a spell on them to be activated when Angela put them on.
I'll take that.
Okay. Glad we hammered that
Yes.
out. It was bothering me.
Because she puts them in, and then everybody in the immediate area freezes.
Oh, how... This bothered me, too.
Where's it stop? Where's
Zach
the
and
line?
Tommy just went to the restroom to clean up.
They're in the outside bathroom. They're in a trough behind.
What's the radius of the Pearls of Stillness?
Like 30 feet?
Maybe.
It looks like. Because everyone in the restaurant turns to stone.
They turn to static. It's like gray static.
It's dark gray static, but I think it's supposed to be stone, and they didn't want to paint everybody.
That makes sense. You can still see them kind of like moving because they're living human beings, so you just can't stay all the way still.
Tommy and Zach come back up, and everyone's frozen. He's like, "Oh God, what's happening?" And I don't even think they notice Jason and Trini and Billy.
No, because Tommy checks on Bulk,
and then
and Zach checks on Angela, and then they leave. Then they teleport away.
Zoran's like, they teleport to the command center. Zoran's like, the Oysterizer wants to destroy the seas using the andesite pearl, and thus the world. Because without the oceans, there's no life. Which I'm sure that look, if we lost the ocean, I'm pretty sure everything would go to heck.
Yeah.
In a handbasket. If we tilt a little bit, everything's going to heck. So
we're more ocean than land.
Yeah, we're
definitely
basically
without the ocean, we're screwed.
Right. So At this point, I need to bring up that that andesite is a type of rock.
Yeah.
Pearls are super compressed dirt, essentially.
Sand. It's different than dirt.
You're right. It's sand. But still not rock.
Aren't pearls oyster poop?
Well, no, it's depending on how deep it is. There's a chance that like a grain of sand or whatever got in,
Okay.
and it became a pearl.
I gotcha.
It's not poop. I don't think that's very expensive poop. Because they have to kill the oyster to get the pearl out. Right. So if it was poop, you just keep a bunch of them, have them spit pearls out all the time.
Right.
So it's like a chance thing, but definitely not rock.
It's not a rock.
Andesite, I think they're using it like it's from another planet. It's from Andasonia,
Yeah.
Indonesia,
Yep.
and it's not. So this is just another thing in the Power Rangers writers don't actually know anything column. There's a shot of the oysterizer. This is the first good shot of the oysterizer, I think, right? We hear him before, but we don't
see him in like the viewing globe. That's right now.
That's right now. Before we saw him in the pearl that Rita was holding.
Yeah. It wasn't a great shot though.
So Josh, why don't you describe the oysterizer for our audience?
He is made up of 3 oyster shells, one around his head area, and then a small one on his chest, and a little bit larger one under that. And his arms and legs are, I'm assuming, oyster?
Oyster meat?
They're gross looking. He's got 2 flesh cannons on his guts.
Gross.
And a pearl where his mouth...
It's like in it's not.
Should be?
It's in like an asymmetric part of his face. It's not like over his eye.
I'm
or over
pretty
his mouth.
sure it is his eye, though. I think he sees from the pearl on his head.
Maybe. Can you imagine? He goes giant, right? They rip that out. Now they have a gigantic pearl that they can sell.
But if they kill the oysterizer, does the pearl blow up? Or does it shrink back down?
Either way, it's still the size of a softball.
Yeah.
So you're coming out aces. It's either the size of a car or a softball.
Well, instead, they just blow the whole thing up.
Instead, they just blow him up because they have no concept. They don't know the value of $1 or a pearl of this size, apparently. They say that they're going to have to fight them underwater. They're going to have to fight the oysterizer underwater, probably.
Yep.
Or they say that you're going to have to fight him underwater. And they go, oh, we've never done that before. And then Alpha, after they say this, Alpha goes, your Zords may have to function underwater. You just, literally just said that, 1 second before. We know. Why are you trying to ram it home?
To really want you to know, there's an underwater fight coming up. Which has never happened in Power Rangers yet.
Zach's like, I want to make oyster soup out of this guy. Oyster soup, again, I don't think it's a thing.
It must be. I'm sure somebody has put oysters in soup.
I'm sure, but it's not like a known thing. Also, why oyster soup? Why not a steamer?
But steam him.
Gonna have steamers.
It's a good way to kill him is to steam him.
Maybe that's what Angela had, was oyster soup. And so that's where the connection is. Again, I don't know. It's
At least
weird.
this time Angela is frozen, so she won't notice how long Zach is gone.
Correct. Though she should notice that they are gone.
Well, they're just in the bathroom. Is she frozen? Is she unaware? Is she shut down? Or is she just frozen and staring straight ahead and can see but can't move?
I think it's the first one. I think they're unaware.
Okay.
And they're time locked. And you know what? They do destroy... The earrings fall apart for some reason.
Because they killed the oysterizer. He was linked to them.
But they killed him when he was little. He's not dead. They just scared him enough to make him lose his grip on the pearls of stillness.
That doesn't make any sense.
Because let's get to the most important thing of this episode. Zach gets sprayed with pink gack from one of these flesh cannons.
Literal gack.
Actual Nickelodeon brand gack.
Is Nickelodeon gack. There's no other substance on the earth that behaves this way.
It looks like it smells like gack. It's got to be gack.
It's dripping in that way that it's not actually dripping.
Right. Yeah, it's not viscous at all, but it looks it. It's just sticky. It's not wet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Tommy just appears because they split up when they've got to the beach. They're like, you go that way, I'll go this way. We'll find him because he's terrorizing the beach full of nobodies. And they're like, we're going to go find him. I'll go this way, you go that way. Zach gets sprayed with gack. Tommy shows up, like, kicks him once and goes, no, let me give you my shield. It'll protect you and it'll heal you and it will give you energy.
Yeah.
So does this cost Tommy more energy?
All right, so the next thing that happens is that Oysterizer is about to spray them with his lotion again.
Right.
See what I did?
I did.
And so Tommy jumps in front of it,
Yes.
unshielded. And I thought they were going to, like, really hint at how this is taking up so much of his power, but they don't mention it,
No,
really.
because if the shield gives you energy, shouldn't it give Tommy energy? Or is he giving away more of his energy to heal Zach? Either way, Zach looks boss with the shield.
Yeah, he's the coolest looking ranger with
Yeah.
that shield on. Easy.
Yeah. And naked Green Ranger does not look good. It looks weird, and I do not like it.
I've never liked it. If he started out that way,
You'd be used to it, it'd be fine.
it would be fine. And, like, just acquire the shield later.
Right.
As, like, a level upgrade.
Yeah, which they do later in later series. That's kind of a thing they do.
Yeah.
Like starting with In Space, I think.
Only with the Red Ranger. He gets muscle butt outfit.
Right. Oh, I forgot about Muscle
That
Butt.
is an American original. That's not in the source footage.
Because they had new toys.
Muscle butt Red Ranger is all American, baby.
100% grade A beef. America! Yeah, Tommy gets shot to death immediately by like 1,000 lotion bullets. Because it's like a big area that it gets hit.
Yeah, it's like he sprays it up and it rains down.
And it rains down, but also forward.
Yeah.
It has momentum behind
So
it.
that's weird, aggressive sideways rain.
Yes. It's pineapple rain. Get out of here. Zach kills him. Air quotes, kills him. They defeat him for now.
Right.
And then the earrings turn to dust. And they teleport back and they're there.
Maybe they were timed?
I don't think so. I think it was like
And Rita was like, if I can kill 2 of them while the other ones are
Right,
frozen.
well, I mean, but she didn't know they were going to go to the bathroom when it happened. Presumably, it was to catch all 5 of them.
And if they're frozen, she could just get all of them.
Just send
but
people
now that
to destroy them.
that these 2 were not frozen, she has to deal with them.
Right. Okay.
Maybe
We're giving her a lot of credit on this one, but yeah, this is season finale.
it's
We'll
still
take
a
it.
dumb plan. Why would you put a time limit on it?
Right, exactly. So they go back, and Angela's like, the pearls dissolve, and she's like, "Oh wait till I get my hands on that Zach,"
She's mad because they're cheap.
because they're cheap. So now the lesson is, if a girl doesn't like you, buy things for her, and she will, but they better be expensive things. Don't just buy her cheap crap, or else she will hate you immediately. And then they're like, Zach's like, I'll deal with Angel later, but like the Oysterizer, we gotta go. And then they start to leave, and Zach runs back, and he still leaves a tip.
Yeah.
That's admirable.
Yeah.
Good for you, Zach. You're an okay guy. Shouldn't have bought evil pearls from a hobo, but I mean, you tip, so it evens out.
Hey, he didn't know. They were legit. They weren't stolen.
According to the hobo who
According to
stole
the hobo
them
who was selling them for real cheap.
for like $6, maybe $11. So then we immediately jump to an underwater Zord fight. There is no build-up. There is no
'cause
Zord sequence.
They unfreeze. They run to the back of the restaurant.
Yeah.
Morph. We get the morphing sequence. Cut to Megazord underwater.
The Megazord slowly coming down underwater. The Megazord gets wrecked. He's not good at dealing with underwater fights.
First, they're just walking around underwater.
Right, and they see the pearl.
And they see the
Yeah.
andesite
pearl.
pearl and just blow it up.
Yeah. Right.
Right before they blow it up, Oysterizer comes in and sees them and is like, hey, guys. And then they blow it up. And he's like, no, my pearl.
Nada.
That's the whole purpose of the andesite pearl. Is to make Oysterizer mad to start the giant fight.
I mean, like, they had this footage. And they needed to figure out
Yeah.
how to make it work.
But it couldn't it have just been like, oh, he's invincible as long as that pearl, because Zach killed him, right?
Right.
But that pearl's there, so he regenerated. So you got to destroy the pearl to be able to destroy the
Right.
Oysterizer.
That would have taken like 2 seconds to talk about, and it wouldn't have been dumb. And 2 grown men, 21 years later, would not be arguing about it.
We'd be arguing about different stuff, probably.
Probably, but not the pearl, for sure. So they get beat up, and then Jason goes, "We're not good at fighting underwater because our Zords can't really take it, but the Dragon Zord can." Tommy and Zach and Alpha and Zordon did not get that the Dragon Zord could fight underwater, but Jason did.
He says, he's like, our Zords aren't designed for it, but the Dragon Zord is.
Jason is the only one who pays attention when Tommy summons it, I guess.
Tommy doesn't even care.
It came from the water.
Because he just like turns away
pocket.
from it and he just walks up from behind him. He doesn't care where it came from.
He doesn't care where it came from. It's just he has a Godzilla now. Who cares how you got the Godzilla? You have a Godzilla.
It's a Mecha Godzilla.
I know it's a Mecha Godzilla. We go over this every time. So they talked to Tommy, who was just on the beach, because Zach teleported back. Tommy didn't.
And they asked him, "Where's Tommy?" And Zach's like, "I just left him on the beach."
Left him on the beach to heal.
I guess he gave him the shield back, so he's letting him heal on the beach. But like, your friend's dying, and you're just like, "I gotta see ya. He'll be fine. Here's your
date.
Here's your shield. Gotta go see if Angela's okay."
Oh, she hates me. I guess I'll go stop the monster. Tommy summons Dragon Zord. Oysterizer, who like blasted this thing, it's like the chest is all wrecked and like
he gets
like,
beat up,
scolding because Zach says it's acid spray, and it's actually acid.
Actually acid.
This is the first time they got an adjective right.
It doesn't freeze them. It doesn't send them to another dimension. It just burns.
Doesn't make them cough. It literally just burns away at their suit. Point Power Rangers.
It took the season finale to get it right.
Season finale! Oysterizer is just stomping on Megazord.
Yeah, Megazord's down, and Oysterizer is just stepping on him.
Trying to just break his legs off via stomps. And this tail comes flying in out of nowhere. Hits Oysterizer so hard, he flies out of the ocean. And these are like 60-foot tall monsters, so he's pretty far under the ocean.
Yeah, they're down there.
And he gets hit hard enough to launch onto shore. It is incredible. Also, a very large shore. Because he comes up out of it and lands like it's just like the regular beach.
Yeah. And then Megazord, there's like, you can tell that there's steps that go down into some water.
Right.
When Dragon Zord walks out.
Yeah. So Dragon Zord comes out after it. They fight. Dragon Zord gets sprayed. And then gloats long enough for Megazord to have healed somehow and just straight up punch him out of screen, like out of frame. And it's like, Megazord!
Does the Megazord just have regeneration?
I thought it was only in the sun, but there's no sun that far underwater.
No.
So I don't know.
We should not have been able to see that scene at all.
No, it's
also giant seaweeds down there.
Yeah, enormous sea monster seaweeds. Angel Grove has some radiation problems, I would imagine.
From all that morphin grid energy.
From all the morphin grid being all around there. It's not just affecting Rangers. This is the weirdest thing of the episode. In an episode about an oyster monster and a date that goes wrong, this is the weirdest thing that happens. Dragon Zord's on the ground. It's got all this gack on it. Gack and ladies' raspberry shaving cream. Megazord blasts it with an eye laser.
He shoots eye lasers at it that fix it.
Where has this power been for 59 episodes?
Megazord, well, here's the thing. It hasn't really come up because Megazord has antacid eye beams.
I guess.
And so you can only use them to neutralize acid gack. I guess.
It doesn't work on toxic.
I don't know.
Or poisonous.
Only acid.
Only acid. All right. I'll take it. It's dumb. I thought it was the Mohawk laser for a second, but it wasn't. That's never coming back.
That was a one-shot deal.
One and done. So then
but Tommy, a cool thing happens.
Tommy gets up and he plays the Dragon Command because, like, they're
he says like, because Dragon Zord's better. She's like, yeah, let's get him, buddy.
Yeah.
And then it's... And
what happens?
What do we get?
Finger missiles!
Finger missiles!
You know the thing we've been talking about for like 11 episodes that we miss? It's back. And it was awesome.
Because when Megazord was getting his butt kicked before Dragonzord came, or that was backwards. When
Yep.
Dragonzord was getting his butt kicked before
Well,
Megazord
both
came
did happen
back,
in the episode.
Dragonzord's strategy when they got back to the shore was walk at Oysterizer.
Right.
Oysterizer was like, I got this flail. Stay back.
Yeah, he had like a pearl ball and chain.
Yeah.
Which is pretty neat.
So he's keeping you at a distance, but you've got finger guns, man. Just shoot
Finger
the thing.
Shoot your finger guns, kid. But he did.
He did finally.
We got the finger guns. Season finale. Hallelujah.
Season finale, we got finger guns.
They use the sword, the Mega Sword. They kill Oysterizer.
He has kind of an extravagant explosion. There's
he
a lot
does.
of pink lightning.
Yeah, it's a season finale explosion.
Maybe
I
it's
would
purple
say.
lightning. I think it's more purple.
I think it may be a little bit. Then we cut down to the juice bar, where it is later, maybe the next day even. To what was Kimberly wearing part 3. She's wearing a dress. Again. It's I don't think it's the same dress because it looks a little grayer. It's like gray and pink. But it could be from the same line of dresses that the other two were from. And then sundresses, by the way, in case
Right.
she thinks she's in a ball
there
gown.
shouldn't really be any other kind of
There,
dresses.
no, you don't need them.
I mean, maybe your fancy longer dresses, but
Right.
I mean, sundresses are where it's at.
Right.
Man.
They are the killer app of ladies' clothing. And then she's got like a choker on, and I think her leather boots, but I couldn't really tell because her feet were under a table, so I didn't really see. But either way, Zach learned a lesson. He's talking to Trini, and he's like, "I gotta not try to just give them things."
He has flowers too. We see
does
that
have
he has flowers.
So he's like, "Don't give them things. Here's some flowers."
They're like just cheap little
Peace
flowers.
offering.
They're
Peace
definitely
offering,
not
yeah.
any kind of expensive
Right.
flower.
Because you can't buy love. You can't.
Right.
So that's the.
But you can be sorry and express that with flowers.
With flowers, yes, that is a well-known thing that you can do. That's sort of a blanket expression of sorriness,
of apology.
That's the word I was looking for. Thank you. Oh God, Vulcan skull.
Are you dead?
I just remember what happens next. I knew it and I blocked it out for a second. Vulcan skull come up behind him, so dressed like cupids, and they're like, "All right, guys, no singing this time." As soon as Vulcan skull walked up, I literally went, "Oh God, oh no, oh God, I know what happens." So they start playing, and Zach starts singing an apology
He is singing an R&B
for Angela.
style, Boys to Men style love song.
Boys to Men would be proud of this teenager. It's bad. It's technically proficient. It's super cheesy.
The only line I remember is, "Didn't mean to play the fool." And then I don't know where it goes.
I will link it in the
There's
show
like
notes.
3 more lines. I don't think it's a long song.
It's like a minute long song that he composed recently.
He probably says Angela in it.
Definitely. And then Skull can't handle it anymore. So he just starts like shredding on
He's
the
got
guitar.
the music in him.
And he's like he's like, because the thing earlier was like it rhymes with mean. He's like, "She's a mean queen, turpentine." Like he's,
well, that's the last thing in the
they
episode.
say a couple things and then turpentine. Yeah, okay, right? Because this is after.
Yeah.
Because he sings and he hands her the flowers. She's like, "I shouldn't have been so materialistic." And then they
So
kiss.
Angela learned a lesson.
Yes.
And then they smooch.
Then they kiss.
Season finale.
Season finale.
Look at them wrapping stuff up.
Yeah. And then this happens. They're just like screaming at him, you know.
I think it's just Skull. I don't think
it's-
Bulk is doing anything.
Bulk is like, "Come on, man." The one time.
But he's still kind of like, keep going, though.
He still thinks it's
He's like,
hilarious.
dude, come on.
Yeah.
Just keep doing it.
And then, and he, like, we just cut over to the other Rangers just laughing at Skull ruining this nice, tender moment. And we go off the air for the final episode of season 1.
Yes.
Final thoughts on an oyster stew.
Way better than I thought it was. It's not just a formulaic Power Rangers episode.
yeah,
it is just an episode. It's
just
not a season finale.
No, but it's certainly no chase into space.
But it's not
no
it's
countdown
not
to destruction.
It's not just school stuff, putty fight, monster fight, giant fight, school stuff.
Right. there's a lot more heart to it. There's a lot more like
Yeah.
real consequences for the characters. It's goofy. There's a bad song at the end, which is like it's painful to watch. Only because I'm so embarrassed to be there. Even though Zach's not embarrassed, I'm not embarrassed for him. I'm embarrassed in place of him.
I get the feeling.
Yeah.
That is not
That is
single
not
me.
single you. That shouldn't be single anybody.
No.
So that's it. It was a lot better than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Um,
That's it.
That's it. So again, this is the final episode of season 1 of the Morphin Grid as well as Power Rangers. We're going to be taking a month off because Josh is on vacation next week, and then like I need a break from editing hard episodes for a minute.
I could use a month off.
And
I just have Tuesdays and Thursdays for a while.
Right. Well, we're still going to need to record a couple episodes.
Just like 2 though. We won't have to do 8 a month.
No, we don't have to do 8 in these next 4 weeks. I think we need to record 2, maybe 3.
Yeah.
Because we got to do the Salute Shorts episode. We got to do the...
Well, that's not even... We just have to watch all the Salute Your Shorts for that. That's
right.
it.
That's, you just got to do a little Bobo and then talk about that. And then we got to do the unaired pilot episode. And I want to do a season wrap-up. I want to do like a best and worst
like
of
a
season
retrospective.
1. Yeah, best and worst retrospective of season 1 of Power Rangers.
I can do that.
All right, cool. And then there's going to be like stuff cut from other episodes, like blooper reel, outtake type things spliced together.
Any tangents that we cut out of the episode, we'll just put up.
Plot back in little short 8 minutes. So you're still going to get more from Grid content over the next month, but it's nothing that we have to sit down and record and then I have to edit.
Right.
And yeah, it's going to be nice.
Let me know if you need any.
I do.
I have all of them on my hard drive.
I don't know which one, but I'll let you know. There's one that there's 2.
I'm not bringing my hard drive to Massachusetts with me.
So I'll let you know today.
So let me know what ones you need, and I'll just put them on my computer.
So yeah, we're done for season 1. We made it, guys. We did it.
We did 60 regular episodes plus bonus episodes.
We only missed 1 week.
Jake, we're a podcast.
We're a podcast.
It took a couple tries to get it going, but we're here.
Yeah, so we started in January. The first 3 episodes of the Morphin Grid, not the ones you heard, the first try of the Morphin Grid, were recorded in February and March of 2013.
Mm-hmm.
We were the first podcast to do this. We just didn't get our act together until after Ranger Danger did.
Now, like, a lot of people are doing it.
Yeah.
There's Ranger Danger, there's The Grid.
That's just a Power Rangers podcast.
Okay.
It's not
there's another one, because I subscribe to the Power Rangers Reddit, and I've advertised a few times there, so if you're listening because of that, thank you.
Welcome.
Yeah, let's
let us know. Follow us on Twitter. Just tell us you're from Reddit.
But there was just another post there that is someone starting up a Power Rangers podcast.
Doing the same thing?
I think it's not us, though. It's not like us. It's just they want to talk about Power Rangers,
right.
And they wanted to get other people like on Skype to talk about it.
Because there was that other podcast. It's so bad we won't even say the name of it.
Right.
That might be better now.
Maybe.
But I don't know. I'm not going to listen to it again. They started out ostensibly doing this, but they would literally talk about Power Rangers.
They would read the Wikipedia page.
And then read the Wikipedia article on the episode, and then that was it.
And then just talk about whatever.
And then make fun of it in a really mean-spirited way for a couple
lot
minutes.
of it, I listened to like 2 minutes of it.
I listened to the whole first episode. It was rough.
But isn't it just like basically how the Sentai is better?
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's true.
It's true, but
it's not
100%
true. Yeah.
The source footage of all the fight scenes is from the Sentai, but they're different.
They're very
shows.
different animals. Yeah. They're super different. You get different things out of them. This one is lighthearted and fun. The other one is like serious, good drama. So as a kid, you would have, if you think it's better now, you would have hated it as a kid. You would not like Power Rangers if you had to watch Kaioryu Sentai Jurenger.
Yeah,
as a 5-year-old,
and that it's so much. It's so cartoony.
Yeah,
the 5 episodes that I've seen.
Yeah, it's
good. It's good stuff.
It's good. It's a lot of fun. It's serious business and a lot of good drama. But
it takes itself serious in a goofy way.
Yeah. Whereas Power Rangers just like, we are not gonna even try to be serious. We will be serious a couple of times, but it's like super serious. And it's only serious because of how goofy everything is.
Right.
But yeah, totally different things. Yeah, I mean, doing the watch every episode of this and do a podcast about each episode is a thing that predates us.
Definitely.
You know, because the idea for doing that is a little bit from Gravity Falls Gossiper, where they did that for Gravity Falls. So, you know, like,
Yeah.
it's not, we're not new. It's, you know, there's also another one right now that's doing Sailor Moon, the 92 anime.
They just tweeted us.
They did, because I talked about
Because you
them.
tweeted them.
Yeah, it's Sailor Business. It's really funny. They were an hour and 22 minutes on their last episode, and I was like, that makes me feel real good about getting it under an hour. And then there's the Digimon Rewatch, which are sort of friends of the show.
They're definitely
I listen to them.
affiliates. Maybe not affiliates. That's probably not the right word.
They are affiliated with the Grid, it turns out.
Are they?
Victor is on the Grid. One of the hosts is on the Grid. I have not listened to the Grid yet.
I haven't either. I didn't mean to say the name snarky, but it's so close to ours that I can't help it.
Right, yeah. I mean, it happens.
I haven't listened to it either, so I won't pass any judgment.
If we could go back in time and rename the podcast, I would put my vote in for Back to Action.
Yeah.
But we didn't think of that at the time, so we're the Morphin Grid now.
Yep.
Deal with it. We're going to get going.
Yes, we are.
Because we're about where I want to end for the season finale. Thank you so much for listening. Let me list off for the final time this season the places you can find us on the internet. morphingrid.tumblr.com. A lot of cool posts there. Stuff that comes across my dash is Power Rangers related. Also not updated. Maybe updated when you hear this. If you want to email us, you can do that at littleidiots.morphingrid@gmail.com. We will field your emails over the course of the month. We just probably won't talk about them on the podcast because there won't be any new ones. Unless we get like an influx. And then we'll do just a short bonus episode Q&A thing.
Yeah.
Send us your emails if you have anything you want to ask us about Season 1 of Power Rangers or Power Rangers in general. We love talking about it. We do it all the time. We do it so much that we made a podcast.
We do it a lot.
You can tweet us on Twitter, obviously, at Morphin Grid. We're on Facebook. Go ahead and give that a like. It basically just is a Twitter mirror. And then Josh does...
It's a Twitter/Tumblr mirror.
Yeah, so...
When I get around to it, after you get around to
You're
it.
as updated as we are, as the Tumblr is. The Facebook is as updated as the Tumblr is. And then finally, we're on iTunes. If you want to make us super happy, super hyped for Season 2, leave us a rating and review.
I would love to get to 10. We're at 8.
We're at 8.
No,
Five
more,
reviews, 3 ratings. All are 5 stars, no pressure. But I mean,
Don't beat that guy.
if you're that guy, don't be that guy. I mean, you can be that guy. We can't stop you from being that guy. It's a free.
Yeah, it's not like we're gonna find you.
It's a free internet for now, so I mean, just be that guy if you have to. But I'd appreciate it. If you want to give us a 1-star, go ahead and keep on not rating us.
Yeah, that sounds good. That's fine.
And that's it. That's going to do it for us. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for putting up with us and coming back for more. We appreciate it a ton. And until Season 2,
May the power protect you.
Ay, 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 ay.
Ay, 60, so you start.
This is me.
Yeah.
It's all right. I've been waiting for this moment.
This is your moment.
I can't do it. Someone else has to do it.
You do this every other time.
No, I'm fine. It's just because this is a big episode, so I got to go above and beyond on this one.
Right.